and then he starts hands instead of one, and it's over. All right, well, we'll be finding out soon enough. Do you think it's going to be how are you going to play Earthshaker on? So it's not going to be like a blink and ult guy. He's going to be going in with Silver Edge and pounding? Is that the idea? Hello? Well, don't worry about it, because our game is just about on.
This is the solo Slacks panel, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Welcome to Moonduck Studios, and here we go with our cast.
All right.
We've got Annie and Purgy.
Annie, are you muted?
All right, there we go. Unmuted now. I'm Annie, being joined by Purgy, and we are going to be seeing game number 3 of a very hyped series. Game number 1 was a washout. Game number 2, a lot more even complexity, dragging it into their favor. What are your predictions for game number 3, Purge?
God, who knows, man? It all comes down to the laning stage, and I guess what we should try to do is figure out where the lanes are going to be. I think Tide is going to be an instrumental hero this game, because there's a lot of right-click physical damage coming out of Onyx, especially a lot of stat-based from Venge. It is their carry. No, actually, it's going to be a support. So who's their farming? Yeah, Phoenix is a core, I guess.
All right,
Phoenix core it is. All right, so farming Phoenix, support Venge, carry PA, and a mid Magnus. This is going to be a little tough for Onyx. I kind of felt like they were going to go towards a Venge core, like a Venge carry or something, but
yeah,
I'm not super on this.
I haven't seen a whole lot of position 1 Phoenixes, and sure how that's going to play out. I think Venge is a little bit more stable. I'm hoping good things for this PA. I think Mason can really make it happen, but
I do kind of like that he's playing carry instead of mid. Almost every PA actually has played mid in the last couple months, but in a lot of ways, carry PA is a lot safer. You should be able to guarantee farm this way, and you get a little bit more uncontested levels. Maybe he can change up his item build a little bit. Maybe he'll go the same kind of thing like FaZe Deso, but this may pay off a bit better for him. I feel like Magnus has to make a lot of good stuff happen in this game, and I feel like against a Venno and a Puck, it'll be kind of tough because he's going to take a lot of damage and prevent blinks in like cool plays. So we'll see how it works out.
Mid lane matchup going to be pretty interesting here. 747 Puck against Abed Magnus. Lots of farming going on. Both supports want to be on top of things. I mean, our panel talked a lot about the Earthshaker pick. Oh god, Z-Freak, calm down with these wards. Demon just going to face check those. I mean, how do you think this Earthshaker is going to play out?
He might get a curse. I don't know, just like looks like typical roaming Earthshaker. He's going to work just fine against Venno. This is a really good thing to do, actually, is to just go where the Venno is trying to jungle, and you just two-shot his wards, or you harass him himself to limit his clarity potions. Just two-shot these wards, he's going to get a lot of experience in gold. Maybe not a lot of experience, but I mean, wards just don't do that much damage against heroes. It's like a third or a fourth of the damage they do to creeps. So, Demon's just trying to slow Z-Freak down a little bit, and even something like that, killing his ward stack, makes a huge impact because now Z-Freak's starting over.
Oh, Demon, he's on a wild goose chase for this courier. He's getting kited around all the trees. Looks like Melons is going to be going in. Lands the frostbite. The courier now walking a safe distance away, but Melons may be the one in trouble. Although Demon, he's sandwiched into the trees. They're going to bring in Bulba on the Phoenix as well. Icarus dive forward, try to trap in Swindle. It looks like they're going to be able to find the kill. The courier is still hiding out in the safety of the trees. And finally, Phoenix snatches up the first blood. Able to actually get out of the wrath of Moo. He's got cool spray back up. He's going to be gobbling fairy fires, but I think Phoenix may be out. One more hit, one more quill spray. Moo is able to snap up a return kill.
That's ultimately pretty good for coL. They didn't lose the courier, which is amazing because it was very close, like 3 times there. But Swindles picks up a fast level 2. Moo gets level 3 and some gold. I think it's worth it, and it also gives Z-Freak some time to finish a little bit of jungling. So. And now they've got Arcanor. It's great on every single hero on complexity. It's actually a fantastic game for CM here.
In this top lane, we've got Monkeys on our solo tied against Mason. He's getting a lot done on this PA. Top of the chart in terms of farm, but Monkeys is getting his levels up pretty quickly. He's already over level 3 at 2.5 minutes in.
He just has to worry about Venge, basically. But Anchor Smash is so good against physical-based heroes, so he should be able to bully Mason a lot here.
And Moo doing really well in the Bristleback here, already having a kill to his name. He's farming pretty effectively. I'm really surprised they let Bristleback all the way through until game number 3 and it wasn't banned.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like you have the solutions against it, and in some ways Onyx has some good things, then yeah, maybe you can beat him. But the Bristleback's definitely going to be a big problem when Onyx does try to focus him. But they have some good movement-based skills, like swapping him back could be very nice. Skewering him back, things like that could make a big impact.
Mason gets slapped down a little bit by Monkeys, who's feeling really triumphant here. Again, Dubu has that magic missile, but Monkeys is content just to stand there and take all the harass.
As long as he lands anchor, if he lands anchor, he's in a good spot. So it's the important thing.
Yeah, he's just being left to his own devices here. Almost about to hit level 4. There we go. With one more creep. That is a lot of experience going to this Tidehunter. He's able to rotate very shortly.
And Z-Freak still being a little bit bullied by Demon here. Demon picking up level 2, still roaming around a bit. The problem is I don't really see him getting a kill mid either. Kind of ineffective. I mean, the denying experience and levels for Venno is good, but past that, we haven't seen a whole lot of impact from him yet.
Yeah, Puck, one of the hardest heroes to lock down in the mid lane. He's already got that point in phase shift, so it is, you need a lot in order to get him down.
If he works aggressively, this is one way that he can be successful from it, and that's basically what Demon should be waiting for. Unless he does a fissure and a skewer nuke. Oh, he doesn't actually have skewer yet, so he can maybe do it with just shockwave. They've got to time it perfectly.
Oh, they're thinking about it. Looks like
yeah, they
Puck's
see him now.
Lit off for now. Up here in the top lane, we are going to have Dubu just going, trying to farm up these neutrals. Z-Freak wants to contest him. No, driven out.
Yeah, it's a super standard movement for Venno. You get some levels in the jungle, and then you go somewhere, and you just kind of death push the lane. The benefit of knowing that you've got your wards to just do very, very cheap damage. Because every ward you put down, as long as it hits an enemy hero, you're getting half of the poison sting. So that's something like, I don't know, 18 magic damage or something. Pretty annoying. Like, Dubu doesn't have any regen to deal with this, so now he's either going to have to go back and heal, or he's going to have to be really careful about who, when he goes in to initiate.
Yeah, the shrine closest to him has already been used, already down. Abed's double damaged here, would really like to find a pick onto the Puck. Be able to pop out the silence there. Unfortunately, not able to get that last tick of damage necessary to bring down 747.
So despite being a melee hero versus a range, he's doing a good job keeping Puck low. That matters a lot. Salve here, but unfortunately the ward died for Demon, so he's not going to see the salve coming through. That would have been a great time to interrupt, because then it would have kept Puck out of the lane a bit longer. But still not too much effective stuff happening from the Earthshaker.
Oh, well, we're going to see here. There is going to be that fissure coming forward, but nice double man silence. 747 going to be able to juke past the fissure. Wow. Puck gets out by the skin of his teeth. That was well played, 747.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of HP. If he hadn't gotten double null talisman here, he probably would have died, because he did get hit by the shockwave, but it just didn't do enough damage. So it was a good attempt, a good gank attempt by Onyx, but ultimately it doesn't work out. And in the meantime, Z-Freak's like, hey, free lane, let's get some levels.
Yeah, he's going in, denying up, spamming out a little bit of damage. You can see just the wards doing their job here. Already has level 2 in those. So, I mean, no farm being wasted right now. This entire time as there's been rotations top and mid. Moose just been chugging along here. 36 last hits already in terms of overall net worth. He is rocking the top of the chart. Over towards this mid lane, it might be Melons end up in the damage. Gonna get clipped on by a fissure. Dubu gonna be tossing out the wave, and Phoenix is the one to get the credit for that kill.
Yeah, not that much gold for the CM kill, but I guess they did include a lot of heroes. Yeah, not bad. I think game's still pretty even. I'm kind of more scared for Onyx because of the carry Bristleback though. I think the Tide's having a great time in the offlane, whereas Bristle's basically been solo. He picks up a fast Vanguard as well, so on a hero like Bristle, Vanguard's so much better than a hero like Spectre, just because it buys them more time to stay alive and cast more cool sprays. So this is definitely a big threat. He'll go Treads next. Dive top.
Mason running his way away. They are able to get the freeze, and they bring in the Puck as well. This is every hero, aside from the Bristle, now committed, but nice fissure. Clips onto all of them. They're going to pop Dream Coil. Mason trying to get Z-Freak down with his last breath is not able to do so. Free kill going the way of Complexity. Moo down bottom, dealing with a very angry Dubu, but he's just shaking off all the damage. Early Vanguard, got that Bristle back with already 2 points in it. This is Complexity making some early movements and getting a lot of early momentum.
Yeah, and they're not even pressured that hard because Bristle's actually very good at staying alive in lane, so their rotation works out, they're punishing the PA. It's just a result of the Tidehunter versus PA matchup. It's not a good laning matchup for a PA to be in, because every time you go in on the Tide, he's just going to cast Anchor Smash and reduce the damage you do by like 60%. Changes everything. So Tide basically gets a semi-free lane. Z-Freak has a decent enough jungling stage. The mid lane went about even. 41 last hits on Puck versus 44 of Magnus and Bristol's top of the farm. So coL definitely got a laning advantage here. That ends up like the rest of the other 2 games went. That should indicate a coL potentially win.
Man, Slacks was just completely on point. coL tossed away the first game and claimed the other 2 now. Ubu gonna run into Moo there. Thinking about initiating, but you can't touch a Bristle at this point right now. You don't have enough damage.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And he's playing it really safe as well by just hitting up the jungle. That way it's a little harder for his opponents to find him sometimes. But as he finishes like treads and maybe towards like a Sanj or a SNY, then he'll be extremely hard to kill. Any sign of Blink? Doesn't look like it actually. Yeah, from Abed in terms that it's going to go treads first, looks like.
Take a look at the 2 roaming supports here. You got Demon roaming around, just hits its level 4, but already level 6 on the Venomancer. So Z-Freak having a great time. He was able to soak up some of that mid farm. Now he's got that Poison Nova if Complexity want to start making some big rotations.
The cool thing about Earthshaker is that it doesn't matter if you get a little underleveled, because all you have to do is be there for some heroes dying later, and it really accelerates you. Now, for Venge, that's a hero I'm looking at, and I'm like, man, this guy would love to have a 6. Just having Swap obviously will save you in a lot of cases. So, a little unsure. That could certainly impact, especially because they lost to the safe lane already, which means that now Venge can't even like pull to get levels.
Abed getting wrapped around upon Dream coil just to hold him in place, although they may end up losing the puck here.
What a ravage
comes out, Monkeys move forward, he is having a great time. Abed trying to dump out whatever damage
it's working.
Phoenix Egg is destroying Complexity, and now it looks like Moo is going to be eating the damage. Moo does get brought down. Z-Freak's going to dump his ult a little bit late. They're probably going to find the kill onto Demon.
God,
especially his Melons is able to go frostbite him from the low ground, but now Melons is going to get picked off by Maiden. What the hell just happened, Purge?
I can't believe it went like that. The Magnus almost had like 3 times there. Eventually somebody dies. Z-Freak gets a kill here, but the Magnus getting that RP off changed everything. It was an amazing ravage from Monkeys there, catching everybody on Onyx, but they just couldn't kill the Mag in time. And because of that, they overcommitted a bit, and they were followed up by a Fissure. Then they got hit by the Supernova stun. It was just really good chain disables there from Onyx. If we take a look at levels, all right, Dubu's still level 4, but even picks up level 5. That really accelerated Onyx a lot.
That was really surprising to me. That Magnus is definitely counting as lucky stars.
Doesn't even have skewer. He's like, no, screw that. I just want to farm faster. Pretty amazing. I've never seen the skill build, but it worked out there.
Yeah,
747 couldn't kill him. Like it was, he used Waning Rift right before the Magnus got to the shrine as well, but the raindrop blocked it. It was crazy.
Melon's moving forward. They'd like to get a kill on this Venge, and they are able to do so. Pretty unfortunate as she dies once again before finding her 6. Mason's coming back in though. He's angry. Little phase shift to dodge out the dagger there. Moo's completely fine taking a couple of tower shots. A 747 slowly whittles down the mid tower.
Another Helmet Dominator from the PA. A little surprised about this build, I guess. It's okay. I guess it's cheaper than a Vanguard. I kind of like Vanguard Aquila myself, but I haven't played in a long time, so maybe it's kind of weak now. And Helm obviously helps him split push and farm a little bit faster than Vanguard would, certainly. coL, despite losing that fight, still goes mid and still goes to push. They don't even need Ravage really to deal with this, because Veno applies really annoying pressure with all the wards everywhere.
Yeah, you can see Onyx trying to figure out, alright, should we all go and try to defend this? Complexity. They're going to be stuck together like glue this game. They've got pretty solid 5-man. Especially with Moo having such an early Vanguard, he can frontline like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, he just sits up there, everybody sits behind. If things really get bad, they use Ravage. Problem solved. They still have to deal with a lot of the magic damage coming from Onyx though. And there's still really good team fight coming as well between Swap, Echo Slam, Magnus ulti, Phoenix ulti. It's definitely scary, and coL has to be careful, but I think they're still in a pretty good spot. If the game goes really late, they're going to have some issues, because Magnus will be accelerating PA's farm, and everyone else's farm on the team. So,
speaking of Magnus accelerating PA's farm, she's able to very easily take a double stack Ancients, and they're going to immediately go and smoke up and look for a kill off the back of this.
So, got a little Golem as well, wrapping from the side. The Radiant scans, and it doesn't last long enough so they actually don't see Onyx coming. But Monkeys is in a good spot here. He can interrupt with Ravage.
Oh, Earthshaker's tragically close to his ult. So he's going to be able to find it pretty soon as there's the Turian's coming out.
What a ravage.
With a ravage of century right there. There's an RP pack over the fissure wall, and there's the ult coming out of Demon. He's able to at least get that off before he potentially goes down here. He's able to TP back into base. He's ticking low, but he's still alive. Abed, he's fighting till his very last breath. He gets down the puck. Going to be Complexity. They come out with a slightly smaller death toll, but they still definitely got a little bit checked.
That was a pretty big mistake there from Bulba in that fight, in that he went into melee range when they were trying to go for the Tidehunter kill, and because he got that far in once the Ravage hit and he dies during the Ravage, he kind of screwed his whole team there because he wasn't able to use Sunrays, he wasn't able to get the Supernova off, but it might have absolutely changed the fight if they did.
Looks like Phoenix is just going straight in. They find Z-Freak. This will be a small consolation prize. Actually, a lot of gold for that Venomancer. They find Moo as well. Now this is the kill they need. He's completely trapped in. He's doing some serious damage with Quill Spray, but not enough to get a pick. Very well played by Onyx there. Complexity just staying a little bit too long.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake for them to stay that long. And basically facilitated because of the Observer Ward that they had, spotted the retreat of their heroes. So, amazing fight for coL, but picking up those 2 kills just kind of negated a lot of it. It's a big mistake for them to stay that long.
Yeah, looking at overall net worth here, slightly in favor of coL, but experience starting to tip in favor of Onyx. Still a very even game.
Yeah, and again, still about team fights and stuff like that. Who can initiate when? Abed's going to go for a Echo Saber first. Apparently doesn't need Blink Dagger, just all worried about his farm. But I think that's a safe plan based on the fact that it's just PA pairing, so he definitely does have to be concerned about doing some damage in fights.
Yeah, PA though, definitely putting in the hours. That 3-2-3 kill score, and gonna be working on the Desto next. Demon, a little bit far forward. They're gonna commit the Dream Coil for this. Demon just gonna go ahead, try to TP out, get Frostbitten in place. Jur comes in, dodged out by 747. He's gonna hop into the Roche Pit, look for the deny. Is he able to find it? Oh, okay. It's Puck that ranks a kill.
That was so close. Yeah, they couldn't get past because of the fissure, I believe. So what an amazingly close little game. He almost suicided.
Moo's a little bit far forward here. Is going to get helped out a little bit by the Tidehunter. They don't have Ravage just yet. Phoenix coming in. Lots of damage being done with that Sunray. They've got the Egg if necessary, but Moo just going to get clubbed down by the rest of Onyx. He was really far forward without a lot of help.
Yeah, he really was. He's definitely getting a little overextended. It's not... I mean, Bristol's definitely survivable, but against like 4 heroes with that many disables, you can't just run forever. Getting them solo, but it makes me feel like it's a huge waste. If he's almost killing them by himself, just imagine if he had like 1 or 2 heroes back up there. He could have probably gotten like a triple kill or something, but still out of position kind of repeatedly here, and Onyx is able to punish for it.
Well, he's still almost top of the net worth chart, just surpassed by Magnus there, so it's, you know, not tragic. He's not completely fallen off, but definitely something to keep your eyes on. A couple more picks like that, and this Bristle's going to start to feel underwhelming.
Yeah, absolutely. Once he grabs like SNY or something, yeah, he'll be less disabled and stuff like that, but still definitely some issues for his hero. It's going to go Echo Saber first, actually, just to give him the double hit. It's a good choice, mana regen too, and he'll really profit from his Warpath will really benefit it. So
nice little play here. Complexity using Monkey's Anchor Smash to take up the stack of Ancients that was meant for PA, so denying her a little bit of farm, getting more farm for their Tide. Now they're going to smoke up and look for some kills.
Yeah, Onyx has been doing a great job stacking, just because they know they have a Magnus, so they gotta accelerate the PA into a place where she'll be.
Oh, smoke pops, here we go. Just gonna start. Mason, the first to be soloed down, is able to blink back to his team, but look at the Dream Coil. Puck was waiting for it. Dubu goes in, tries to TP out. Oh my god, the Wombo combo comes in.
Great ult from CM as well. Perfect positioning from Melons to try to follow that up, but ultimately came down to the great Dream Coil from 747 to force them into sticking around longer than they wanted.
I love that they teased out that PA blink, made her feel safe, and then just annihilated her.
They played that really well. Good reaction to the movements, and that's the benefit of having Ravage. Your opponents know they can't really fight, they've got to walk away, and the mech helps you win that fight that they're forced into.
I mean, Z-Freak didn't even have to use ult there, had that Poison Nova ready to go, but they got the kills they needed without that.
Yeah, Veil and Ravage and Puck nukes, and that's dead heroes. So they're up in 5 seconds. They maybe can. Tier 2 is probably going to fall at least first.
Yeah, it's getting low. Dubu really wants to go in for this, tossing out the missile, not going to connect. Believe she missiled a creep.
Nope, it was tied. It actually hit him. It just instantly broke Kraken Shell. So.
Oh, there we go. Kraken Shell's a hell of a spell.
Yeah, really is. It's actually so good. Mostly HP perks from the looks of it for coL side. Swindle's not grabbing his just yet, but 2 weird items wise on coL. Fast Ags for Veno. It's finished actually. It's really good pickup here. From a 4 position to now doing a low cooldown, high damage ultimate. It'll be big impact.
Yeah, Monkey's in the Tide farming up really well as well. He's been doing great, taking out these neutrals, denying farm to the Dire side, and he's going to work on his own little pipe.
Yeah, they need magic resistance big time. Although they still are going to have a lot of trouble with cleave damage, which is basically physical, but it ignores armor. So there's definitely going to be still some problems with their lineup here going forward in fights. But for now, getting things like Ags on Veno to counteract evasive heroes like PA is going to make a biggie.
Yeah, speaking of PA, getting very, very close to that. He's skipping over Desolator, going straight for the BKB. Saw that Mithril Hammer, but looks like it's not going to be going in for that negative armor. Now 747 could be in some trouble. Destroyed. Goodbye.
Yeah, that was really close actually. They didn't have any detection, so if the invis would have gone through, he would have lived. But blinked forward to nuke, and then Mason came out in that moment. So that's a kill that normally is not going to happen, but PA just did not expect them to be there.
Alright, so Complexity. I mean, they're taking their foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Is that going to be really dangerous up against Onyx's lineup?
Yeah, absolutely. The BKB for PA, it's not going to make her damage very good, but when they actually do team fights, it's going to kind of ensure that she can do what she wants. So she's got to jump on somebody kind of squishy and kill them, ideally like CM. The downside is that if once BKB runs out, she's kind of just a crap hero. But hopefully it'll buy her time and not get her ravaged, which is what she's got to be careful for. But that just means her damage is going to continue to be mediocre. She'll have Magnus and power, but that doesn't do everything, unfortunately.
All of Complexity moving down to this bottom lane. Looks like they want to mount a push here, and the rest of Onyx, I mean, they get wind of that, and they just go for some push of their own. You can see them drawn on the map. They're heading into the top, and they should be able to find that tier 1 tower super easy.
Demon about to pick up his Blink Dagger, though, so maybe that'll change the fights.
Boo continues just to batter onto this tower. I mean, Onyx are completely unfazed. They're fine with this.
It might be a decent game to go minus armor. I think Eggs is okay on Moo this game. There's a large mix of like physical and magic damage coming from the enemy team. I'm just gonna finish AC first though. Definitely the safer build. And if they can get the tier 3, this would be huge. Control is big this game, especially with like Venom wards and Puck and mobile carries, so.
This is something that Onyx definitely have to deal with. We're going to have 747, though, initiating onto this Vengeful Spirit. Our way through the trees, letting her off with a warning this time, but there we go. Mason comes in. They waited for that recoil. Now Mass TP is coming out. Melon's hiding in the trees, but there's the BKB shown off for Mason. Oh, it looks like that CM hits the deck. So, buying themselves a little bit of time. Look at this tower going down. They do get the tier 3s. Very nice push coming in from Complexity, opting to sacrifice their Crystal Maiden. She buys back into this fight. Complexity maybe trying to take this high ground.
I mean,
overstay their welcome.
The tier 3's already gone. It's so worth it. They can kill shrines now. They just can't lose everybody on the retreat, but the fissure block is going to make them a little bit difficult for them to run away.
You see Mason trying to figure out if he should go in or not. The Ravage is online, and that's what Onyx are super scared of right now.
Yeah, but all the Plague Wards up there are just slowly killing the creep wave in the towers. So Monkey's getting low. They can go in now.
Oh, there we go. Nice ult, but immediately blown up. Got Mason isolated down. Nice RP, but there's a Venom ult with the Ags rolling onto everyone. This is not great for Complexity. They're going to lose everyone but the Puck. Overstayed their welcome. It looked like it could have been great, but...
Oh, great deny by Dubu there. Very well done. Abed's going to get close as well, but he's going to live, so... they got a good Venom ulti off, but that RP, oh my god. Like, here, I'm going to collect you in a little ball, and I'm going to skew you towards the Phoenix ulti. That's the hard thing to fight, really. And coL had a decent team fight. It was very reactionary. The random crit on the Tide put them in a bad spot, because they thought maybe they could burst him down in time. The Ravage came out, but it wasn't an ideal initiation for coL.
Definitely not. I mean, even with all the loss going on there, getting that tier 3 down so early in the game is huge, because now these shrines are anyone's game.
And Veno can just do those. It might take forever, I guess. Plague Wards do very low damage just to fortified buildings, but I think coL's still fairly happy with this. They are very much they don't care if they lose the fight. They're going to still take the fight when it's a good fight. And in most of these cases they are. That was just amazing play by Abed there.
Moo charging forward. Gonna go ahead and take himself out. Abed up here, but knows he can't try him on his own.
He's almost got the AC, about 2,000 gold. Not really almost, but once he grabs it, he'll be in a much better spot. Raw HP is maybe the solution, though. Pipe and raw HP, because there's still so much pure and magic and stuff.
Alright, looking at overall net worth, it's going to be about 3,000 in favor of Complexity. Small lead for them. But XP is huge. About 5,500-ish. Onyx are starting to rake that in.
It's actually kind of scary. I mean, they've got Midas on Phoenix, for example, so they're certainly getting more levels. He's building eggs, actually. Killing the egg is going to be very difficult. And now initiating on somebody is also going to be tough because he can save them with him. And they don't really have very good attack speed heroes. I mean, CM doesn't really want to walk forward and hit an egg. And if they do, it's just going to create more and more clumping, which makes it easier for Magnus, actually. So there's so many strong things about the Phoenix and the Magnus combo in this game. It can really just like guarantee a teamfight win for Onyx if coL's not safe enough.
Pressure on this mid lane. Now Complexity, they've got their targets picked out. They're pinging Mason. He'll get the tower. What cost? Melon's dropping down a ward.
I like the movements here. It was cool how they did this.
Ignored. They want blood.
They want to take a fight. It's more important. Who's going to TP the two? We know they'll find him. Scan finds at least one. He's just not have a blink. They'll have to walk uphill.
This is pretty scary. Mason easily cleaning up the Ancients, and it looks like Onyx are going to be able to retreat before Complexity get their act together and find them.
Okay, a little surprising. I guess their mobility is a little bit difficult. It's hard to run uphill at nighttime without ward vision in your own jungle, even if you are smoked. There's just so many ways that could end up bad. They have an Earthshaker or even like a couple stuns. Just a lot of the team fights are just so scary against Onyx, so they have to take good fights. Now Deso finished on PA. Things are getting pretty scary here. The heroes are scaling up on Onyx. And they got to tier 3, but they haven't gotten Arax yet, so they've got map control, but they don't really have a big advantage yet.
Yeah, it seemed like Complexity. They were pulling so far ahead. They got that push up onto the high ground, but they just kind of stopped accelerating from there. You can see on the net worth chart, it was going up, and then they just kind of fizzled. We'll see if that's going to continue or if the next team fight can turn that around.
One nice thing they have going for them is the blink on Benno, at least. So we've got Ags now, and they have blink. So now he can actually start fights, whereas the other previous pushes were kind of just like high ground slow sieges with melee heroes. The Tide as well as the Bristle, they didn't have a good way to stop team fights from happening. So but now that Z-Freak has blink, he can jump in, drop an ulti, and then there's no more blink daggers coming. It should make it a lot harder for Magnus to grab a good ulti. So he grabs like Shadow Blade or something. It's gonna go BKB, it looks like, but it's mostly just gonna stop damage, not necessarily give him an initiation. I like Melon's positioning as well. He's trying to break smokes here, I think, or get experience.
I mean, he's just chilling out solo on his own. The rest of his team is behind him, ready to get in position if they need it. All of Onyx right now, just trying to keep this wave push back. They cannot afford to lose a Rax from slow siege from creeps.
Right, and Benno's going to go back farm the wave. He'll get a gem out of this. So I think they genuinely want to have ultra map control, which is maybe a little dangerous because the team fights are kind of hard, but once they get around the map and kill all the wards, it's going to be really hard for Onyx, even with their superior team fight to take fights, which means that coL can control the map and continue to collect resources from multiple points, and then hopefully have so much gold advantage that it doesn't matter that Onyx has better team fight. That's what they want to aim for this game. The gem will definitely help with that.
Smoke up from Onyx. They're looking to go in right now. They've got a pretty good suspicion of where Radiant are hanging out. It's all about getting that initiation, though.
Swamp monkeys.
RPs have been super on point so far this game. There they go. There's the dagger onto Monkey. They'd like to blow him up before he has a chance to use his Ravage. He's cornered. He's back. There's going to be the puck run back in. Monkey who's going to hold the Ravage to his death.
Oh,
Melon's getting very, very low, but there's the skewer out of the pit. Unfortunately, Moo is able to snap up the Aegis. But looks like they're going to burn it right away. There's an ult.
Good Ravage.
Venno Ags coming back forward. Can they actually focus down the egg in time, though? Looks like Onyx is going to get off a hell of an ult. And they might be able to find that pick. Moo continuing to burden down. Does pop the Aegis. But Complexity, they can go to work and clean up the rest of Onyx right now. At least try to chase down what they can find.
That was really dangerous for coL there. The way that started against Tide was so lucky for Onyx. It was again a dagger crim and taking a ton of his HP off, which forced him to use mech on just himself and pipe on just himself. And then he couldn't even ravage. So I'm thinking, okay, whatever, he'll die. He can buy back and TP. But when he died, he actually didn't have buyback. So
Demon blinks in, wanted to go for the kill onto Z-Freak, but Z-Freak, very clutch blink into the trees, will not be touched.
It would have been tougher for the Earthshaker to kill him anyways, but luckily for Tide, he got gold from somewhere, must have trickled in, or maybe some hero died and he got gold for it or something, but he gets back into the fight, is able to use Ravage. That kind of changed everything. So it wasn't too bad for them, but it was very nice that it's close. It could have been way worse. What if Onyx hero got the Aegis, then Moo would have died. They would have lost like 2 of their important heroes. It was very, very close.
Definitely becoming more of an even game. Looking at the net worth, it's hovering right about 2,500 for coL, but that is not a big lead at almost 30 minutes in the game. XP though is starting to get brought back towards the even point.
Yeah, the gold means almost nothing when it's that close. So it just comes down to who initiates on who. Things like that will make a big difference. Bristle going for health here. Yeah, I actually tried the +4 max goose stacks with Ags. It's not worth it at all. It's very difficult to get that many stacks on one person. So I think just more health is really safe for him. You might want to get a BKB soon is an option, or he can continue getting armor items as well, just to help resist the physical damage that PA is going to do. It's genuinely a lot of magic coming out of the game.
Yeah, this PA, very, very important that she scales up well, as Mason can do massive chunks of damage in the fight as long as he's alive. BKB starting to wear a little bit thin, about halfway done with those charges. SO, like we saw, picked up a couple of moments ago, and Silver Edge is going to be next up for Mason.
Yeah, he needs that to break the passive of either Tide or the Bristle back. Either one would be great. So Bristle's got to be a little careful. Get some solutions though. It's going to pick up a Talisman Evasion, possibly a Heaven's Halberd actually. It's been buffed a little. It's a decent right-click damage item for Bristle, and the evasion could really pay off.
Alright, rotations back from Onyx's Complexity. They don't really care if their lanes are getting pushed. They're comfortable hanging out on the dire side of the map.
For now, at least. When they see Abed, if they see Abed top, it's going to nuke one more time. Not sure if he's going to TP though. I don't know if coL knows that he's here, but at least they have 2 waves in, and they're just scanning to check if there's a smoke wraparound.
They're feeling safe, but Complexity, they've got to initiate really well here and budget their ults nicely. I mean, if you bust up a Ravage of Veno ults, you bring Crystal Maiden's Dance into it, and you don't actually get a big chunk of kills there, then Complexity just have to completely bail out.
It all comes on the initiation. Initiations look... in some ways they're better and better. Puck can go for an Ags next. I think it's a good choice against a hero like PA. Even if she BKBs, as long as you initiate an ulti first, you'll still stun her through BKB, and the duration goes up heavily, 3 to 4.5 seconds as he scales up. Very close to the level 3 Dream coL. And that's good against some of the other heroes as well, Magnus, etc. But the Ags Phoenix is still going to be something that could change fights big time, and he's going to go for a Refresher. A little surprising to see this. In my opinion, but I guess getting 2 ults off would not be bad at all.
I mean, the ults have been super on point, because Complexity just feel like focusing the egg in these team fights.
They just can't. They don't have the heroes for it. All their carries are melee, basically. Tide is not really known for its attack speed. Bristle is usually has decent attack speed, but not amazing. It'll go up a bit at level 20. He'd probably grab the +45, but it's very difficult for them to kill the egg. CM's not going to hit it. It's basically just like Puck, Bristle, kind of, maybe Veno. But Veno usually wants to jump and ulti and get out, so it was a very good Phoenix pick, that's for sure.
Complexity continuing to show a little bit of map control here, cleaning out the dire jungle, but they haven't really made any structural progress in a long time. They had that really nice push onto the bottom high ground, but since then it's just been a very dangerous dance, everyone looking for that next big team fight. Yeah,
it really has. Guardian Greaves very soon for Tide at least. What if he should grab a Blink? I feel like they haven't had that many opportunities to just do a Blink Ravage, and he's kind of been getting killed by PA jumping on him, and like forcing a Ravage out at some point, but maybe he can get a little bit tankier later when he picks up like a Shivas or something. Not sure. There's definitely good things to be said about Greaves this game. I don't know if you can remove Silver Edge or not, but definitely some other debuffs that would be nice to block.
Dire, they're all grouping up trying to de-ward. They got that shiny gem on Vengeful Spirit, and they're doing their best to clean up. They cleaned up the cliff ward back here, but didn't find the one in lane. So it's going to be a little bit more vision going the way of Complexity.
Good work for them. They're going to spot the courier moving out as well. This will kind of tell them where the enemy team is, actually. That's huge. You're going to estimate exactly who's over there. And it's just 5 Onyx members sitting together. Because both teams know if either of them take fights without their full force and the other team has their full force, fight's over almost every time at the start.
Now this tier 2 going to get focused down for Complexity. Should go down relatively easy, especially now that PA has that Desolator. It's just melting the structure.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm just going to try to slow it down a little bit here.
Oh, there's going to be a scan here. Dire know what's up. They know that Complexity aren't going to let this go down so easy.
The Moo's got to turn his back basically every time he's about to take a lot of damage. It's going to be a hard balance to hit, but at least he's got 2 swords, right? Oh wait, one's a pike and one's like a sword.
Onyx are going for the retreat here. Everyone able to blink and force themselves to safety. And the smoke from Complexity not going to get broken.
Puck's just got to catch somebody, but they're not going to find anybody. Wonder what he goes next. Maybe Shivas, maybe like Lincoln's or something. Maybe just max out Dagon. E-Blade could work also. Puck's going to be a huge force in super late game fights if they get a little extended, because once the BKBs run out, heroes like PA are actually super weak to magic burst. They just don't have any magic resistance perks naturally, so when the BKB falls, they're kind of just left to the choices of the nuking heroes. And she doesn't have the best strength gains, so she can have some issues there too. But she is very close to her Silver Edge at least. That could be a solution.
Yeah, she's still working on it. I mean, Mason's going to be definitely protected by his team. It's not going to be one of those freestyle and PAs that just jumps onto 5 heroes and feels safe.
Yeah, that's true. Anything new? Nothing for Dubu, not too surprising. Demon has a Force Staff though. So they've got a little bit of utility items.
I'm really going for a Bloodthorn here.
To deal with the Puck. They don't have good Puck solutions. It's hard to RP him. Venge Stun is going to be really hard to land. That's the hero they have to worry about, definitely.
Phantom Assassin just hits that 20, goes for the +10 all stats, so solving a little bit of that strength gain problem, but Mason's now completely caught on his own.
Oh, he broke stun.
Blink forward onto Melons, but gets stunned. Oh gosh, swap in Dubu, trying to at least eat some of the damage coming up. Monkeys is going to go ahead and Ravage. They want to focus down this egg before it's able to hatch. That's going to be a killing spree, going the way of our Puck. Gem dropped as Dubu falls. The rest of Onyx now turtling in their base, realizing that Complexity are about to push their high ground.
Oh man, I feel like coL played that fight so well. It was beautiful. Even Swindles walked in to bait him to jump to him, and because he blink strike, the Ags broke. Instantly, he gets stunned and pretty much guaranteed kill. And then Moo hits the backline, constantly slapping Abed to prevent the blink RP that would have actually impacted the fight in a strong way. And they got an enemy gem. That was just perfect from coL.
Absolutely fantastic, and they're going to go in, instead of focusing down a second set of tier 3s and racks, just try to clean up what they started a couple moments ago. Now Phoenix, they know, has no supernova. Mason's just tossing out daggers, but Moo doesn't particularly care. He's going to go ahead and glimmer cape himself up, but continue the siege on this racks, and there's the jump in. Fissure to slow him down. Abed!
Oh.
What?
He accidentally wrong TP, a wrong item.
A wrong item there, yeah. He tried TP in and then went a little bit late for the skewer. Melons is zoning everyone out with his ult. Dubu tosses cuts away from Terra, but it's not looking great. Now Moo, a little bit low, but Mason has that Veno ult on him. Z-Freak eating up a lot of the damage, is able to force himself back. Gonna be picked off by Mason, but Mason swapped back in. Dubu getting low once again. Now it's just gonna be, oh my goodness. 4-7 still full health. All the ults committed from Onyx, and it's just gonna be Moo still alive. Triple kill coming out for him. No, he's still alive.
Oh, they did it. Got the full barracks, won the fight, 5 dead heroes. I mean, Earthshaker can buy back, but that's basically it. They're going to grab a 2 racks out of this. I mean, they may not GG here because this is the finals of the NA bracket and all, but 2 barracks minimum going down. A huge advantage for coL.
I mean, this is a giant spike in terms of net worth. They're not even done with this push, but it's already taken them up 10,000 advantage. They're now sitting on 15,000. Wouldn't be surprised if it just keeps going up and up from there. In Complexity, they're feeling the momentum, and they're going to ride it. They're going to go for Mega Creeps right here.
I mean, they might as well. There's a long time until Onyx is up.
PA is still 60 seconds. Oh.
They just couldn't get the team fight online after that one critical fight where coL got wrecked by the RP Supernova. coL has been playing it so safe, and yeah, there's no way they can come back at this point with the Mega Creeps. coL's been doing good team fights. They've got insane gold advantage now, and it just was a couple fights. All of a sudden it's over.
What a series here. It looked like Onyx was just unstoppable in game number 1, but coL, it's like our